Now that we know how to measure weather, we are ready to make a weather forecast. Predicting the weather can be tricky because so many things happen in the air above our heads. We can't always see or measure them, but the easiest forecast starts with the wind. Let's say that it is sunny and dry in your city, and there's a rainstorm in a place called Allentown to your west. If the wind is blowing from west to east, it means that the rain will probably leave Allentown and get pushed toward you. Or, let's say that it is cloudy and warm where you are, but there's a lot of cold air north of you. If the wind is blowing from north to south, then the wind will blow the cold air toward you. As long as you know how fast the wind is blowing and how far away something is from you, you can use math to figure out how long it will take to reach you. The main wind that moves weather systems around the Earth is a few miles or a few kilometers above the ground. It's called the jet stream. We know it's there because we see it move clouds on a satellite. We also know about the jet stream because meteorologists around the world send weather balloons up into the air every day. These balloons carry instruments to give us the wind, temperature, humidity, and air pressure above the ground. When you take all the readings from weather balloons, satellites, radars, thermometers, barometers, hygrometers, anemometers, and wind vanes, you can use them in computers to make weather predictions for a day or even a week ahead. These computers are much more powerful than the one you have at home. They use math to make predictions. Even though computers can make a prediction fast, it does not mean it's better than a prediction that a person makes. Forecasts from computers are not perfect, and they probably never will be, but they do give meteorologists an idea of how the weather might change. A good weather forecaster knows what kind of weather happens in a city. We all know that it is hot near the equator in the summer and cold near the South Pole in the winter. A person would never forecast a hurricane to start in mountains because they never do. When you forecast the weather, it helps to know what the weather was like a week ago, a month ago, and for many years in the past. Even if you don't keep track of your own weather, you can find out what the weather was by checking reports in newspapers and on the internet. Sometimes weather forecasts are easy because weather in some cities repeats itself almost every day. In places near water, you can predict fog in the morning, or summer thunderstorms to happen at the same time every day. In deserts, you can predict sunny and hot weather. Most of the time, the forecast will be correct. Whenever weather happens the same way over and over, we call that a cycle. A cycle is anything that repeats itself. Day and night is a cycle. The seasons are a cycle. Many things in weather are cycles, but you have to study weather long enough to figure them out. When you look at storms around the Earth from a satellite, you can almost see why they happen on a cycle. When they are spaced apart evenly, the wind pushes them at the same speed, so the weather in any city would change on a cycle. Watching and studying the weather makes weather forecasting a lot easier. Nobody knows for sure what weather tomorrow will bring. You can use simple instruments to measure your own weather and make your own prediction. To make a weather forecast, measure before you start. Keep watching the sky and stay weather smart.